Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna be talking all about maintenance calories. A question I've been getting a lot lately on my social media, what are my maintenance calories? So I'm gonna give you a simple maintenance calories calculator, and I'm gonna break it down as simple as I can for you. What does maintenance calories mean, and who should be going into a maintenance phase? So make sure you stick around right to the end. After I explain it all to you, I'm gonna give you a simple calculation you can do to calculate your maintenance calories. And just quickly, if you're new here, my name is Michelle Roots, kinesiologist, personal trainer, nutrition coach, and fitness and fat loss specialist. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to be notified so you don't miss out on new videos just like this one coming every single week. And of course, give this video a like if you enjoy content like this and you want more. So let's dive right in. I'm gonna start by explaining, what does maintenance calories even mean? Have you been hearing the term maintenance calories thrown around social media, the internet, all over the place, people talking about maintenance calories? And are you kind of confused? Like, what does that mean? What are we maintaining? I'm gonna explain it for you really quickly here. There are 3 different ways you can be manipulating your calorie intake. You're either in a calorie deficit, which I've talked a lot about on this channel, with the main goal normally of fat loss. You can also be in a calorie surplus, which means you're looking to gain weight, gain muscle. You are eating more calories than your body needs each day. And then there is calorie maintenance. So meaning you are eating enough calories to maintain your current body weight, meaning you are just maintaining your current weight on the scale. So it's not really that simple to just do one simple calculation for everybody to calculate your maintenance calories. I'm gonna go into a bit more detail as to why we can't just give you a general calculation to calculate everybody's maintenance calories, because we are all different. So let's talk about who should be going into a maintenance phase. Why would someone want to just maintain their body weight? Like, why? Everyone's talking fat loss, calorie deficit. Who would wanna just maintain? Let me break it down for you. There are 2 types of people that might want to go into a maintenance phase. So meaning they're eating enough calories to maintain their body weight. The first person is someone who has been dieting and in a strict calorie deficit for a really long time. So I'm saying 6 months plus. If you've been consistently dieting and restricting your body and literally tracking every single thing you put into your body, maybe you've lost a lot of body fat already, you're kind of starting to lose focus, maybe starting to lose a little bit of motivation, feeling a little bit more tired than normal, and you're just kind of over it. This is a great time to go into what we call a maintenance phase. And what that means is you're just gonna increase your calories a little bit to maintain your current body weight, loosen up the reins a little bit on your calorie intake and tracking every single thing, enjoy a burger once in a while, and just build that healthier relationship with food again and not be so restrictive. And that doesn't mean you have to do it for a really long time. You could do it for a week, you could do it for 2 weeks, you could do it for 3 weeks, a month. You could stay in your maintenance phase for about 3 weeks to a month and then get right back into your deficit, and you'll actually probably see greater progress over the long term because you've given your body a little bit of a break. I'll explain more about that in just a second. The second type of person who might want to go into a maintenance phase is you've probably been in a calorie deficit, you've reached your weight loss goal, you are at the goal weight that you wanted to achieve, and you want to stay there and you don't want to gain all the weight back. This is where you want to be careful, but also strategic in going into a maintenance phase and learn that you can eat a little bit more. You don't have to stay in that calorie deficit forever to maintain that new goal weight. So that's the second type of person that will want to go into a maintenance phase. Again, as I've said on this channel a million times in my other many calorie deficit videos, I'll leave the link below to all of those videos. If you want to know more about calorie deficit, I'm explaining it all. You never want to stay in a calorie deficit forever. Let's be honest, it's not fun, it's very restrictive, and it could lead to binge eating, which again will in turn lead to increasing your weight and gaining the weight back that you lost. So being more strategic about your calorie deficit and going into a maintenance phase can actually help you in the long term. Again, I will explain that in just a minute. Now, what do I mean by taking a break from your calorie deficit? Basically, so when you're eating in a calorie deficit, you're actually taking in less calories than your body needs to function each day, whether it's because of your workouts and your basal metabolic rate and all of these calculations we've done. I show you exactly how to calculate your calorie deficit in an easy calorie deficit calculator video. I'll link that below as well if you're curious as to what your calorie deficit might be and you want to know how to calculate it for yourself. Once you ease up on your nutrition a little bit, it doesn't mean that you're gonna gain 20 pounds. The scale might jump up up 1 to 5 pounds, which is completely fine and completely normal. But this will also give you the opportunity to go harder in the gym, lift heavier weights, have more energy, be less stressed about every single thing you put in your mouth, and just relax a little bit and enjoy life. So find more of that healthy balance, which is sometimes what we call like a healthy reset, and what people need when you have been consistently eating in a calorie deficit for a really long time. This will actually prevent that weight loss binge, that up, down, up, down. I'd rather you go fat loss, calorie maintenance, up maybe 1 or 2, 3 pounds, back to fat loss, up. And you're actually in the long term, in the big picture, which is how we should be looking, you're actually gonna lose more body fat and you're gonna enjoy the journey a lot more. So how do we calculate the calories we need to eat in our maintenance phase? Meaning just to maintain your current body weight. Let's quickly go over all the things that will make up how your body burns calories each day. I've broken this all down for you as well in this video right here, breaking down BMR and total daily energy expenditure, but I'll quickly explain it here. So we've got our basal metabolic rate, which takes up about 70% of your daily calorie burn. So if you lay in bed all day and do absolutely nothing, literally just do this, that is 70% of your daily calorie burn. So that is your lungs working. That is, depending on how much lean muscle you have, you're gonna have a higher basal metabolic rate because your body needs to pump more oxygen to your muscles, which means your metabolism and your basal metabolic rate is just gonna be faster than somebody who doesn't have as much muscle mass. So that's 70% of your calorie burn. Next, we have your NEAT, so your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, meaning everything you do throughout your day, up and down the stairs in your house, walking to your car, getting in your car, typing on your computer, all of these things that aren't dedicated workouts or fitness. So going for a walk specifically, that would be more into your exercise. But if you're walking to your car, you're walking in your kitchen, you're chasing your kids around, all of these things, that will make up about 20% of your daily calorie burn. And we've got your thermic effect of food. So that's about another 10% of your daily calorie burn, meaning just how hard your body is working to digest the food that you eat. And then lastly, we've got your exercise. So 5 to 10% only of your daily calorie burn is coming from exercise. So when we're looking at how to drop body fat or again, maintain our body weight, exercise actually doesn't come into play that much. We need to look at our basal metabolic rate and all of these other things that actually have a bigger effect on your metabolism. So there's actually 2 different ways that you can calculate your maintenance calories and how many calories your body needs to maintain your body weight. The first way, and actually the very most effective way, is for people who have already been eating in a calorie deficit for 60, 90 days, meaning you've already been restricting, you've been in a fat loss phase, and you know how many calories you've been eating to consistently lose half a pound to a pound approximately a week. So if you know, so let's just throw a number out there, you've been eating 1,600 calories a day, and that's consistently eating that much a day, and you've been consistently losing weight, that is your fat loss, your calorie deficit number. So if you know that number, what you can do to get into your maintenance phase is just simply add 200 to 300 calories a week onto your calorie deficit number until you get to the point where you're either not losing weight anymore and you're just maintaining your weight and you're not consistently gaining weight. So say right now you're ready to go into your maintenance phase, you know your calorie deficit number where you've been consistently losing weight and you've hit your weight loss goal, or you're really close to your weight loss goal. You're gonna slowly, next week, you're gonna boost your calories up to 1,800 to 1,900 calories. Again, it doesn't have to be strict in stone, you can do a window. So you could even do 1,700 to 1,900 calories a day and consistently eat that for a week and check your weight and see, did you still continue to lose weight by keeping your workouts the same and everything else, your protein intake and all of these things. If you still lost weight by increasing your calories 200 to 300, the following week you're gonna go up another 200 or 300. So you would go up to 1,900 to 2,100 calories. And then again, you're gonna consistently eat that. It could take a while for you to find that maintenance phase, but this is what's gonna stop that sudden boost in the scale, that binge cycle, all of these things, is that you're being strategic. Once you hit that calorie range, again, it doesn't have to be set. Often when I'm calculating calorie deficits for people even, I'm giving them a range. So 1,600 to 1,800 calories. So again, your maintenance calories could be between 2,200 and 2,400. You're staying within those numbers. So once you hit that phase where you get on the scale and you're like, I just maintain my weight, I feel good, I don't feel starving all the time, that is your maintenance phase calories. You can stay there and be comfortable and stay at those maintenance calories, still checking in once in a while on the scale. Again, if you've watched any of the other videos on my channel, you know how much I hate the scale. It is not your only measure of progress, but in this situation, you wanna make sure that you're not going up 10 pounds quickly by adding 600 calories off of your calorie deficit and quickly gaining weight fast. We wanna be more strategic about it. But again, checking in on how your clothes are feeling, your measurements, all of these other factors as well, or using a smart scale. I've reviewed the FitTrack smart scale that a lot of my clients use to check their basal metabolic rate, their body fat percentage, their lean muscle mass, all of these things. Check out that video. I'll leave the link in the description below if you're interested in getting yourself a smart scale. This is the one I highly recommend and is better than using just your body weight to track your progress. And then we come to the second way to calculate your maintenance calories. This is for someone who doesn't necessarily know your calorie deficit number and you've never necessarily done this. You're just happy at your body weight and you want to know how many calories you should be eating to just stay there. You wanna be comfortable, you wanna know your maintenance calories. All you need to do is current body weight times 14. So for example, if I currently weigh 150 pounds, 150 pounds times 14 is 2,100 calories. Again, I'm probably gonna give myself a window of 2,000 to 2,200 calories, and I'm gonna stay in that calorie range for about a week or 2 weeks, and again, assess the situation. Is your weight going up a lot? Is your weight going down? Is your weight staying the same? And from there, again, you can play around with your calorie intake until you find that magic calorie intake where you're able to maintain your calories. Now, when I say jump up, yes, the scale is probably gonna fluctuate. Up 2 pounds, down 2 pounds. If any of you have been on a fat loss journey before, or you've just weighed yourself at all at any time, you know that the scale goes up and down, up and down, up and down consistently. But what we don't want is a sudden jump 10 pounds up. I'm talking about if you go up about 5 pounds, that's fine. You can be 5 pounds heavier and be happy and be eating more calories and feel good and less stressed, feel stronger in the gym and be able to lift more weights. And in turn, think about it. If you're in that maintenance calories phase and you're eating good and you feel good and you're lifting heavier weights, in turn, you're gonna build more muscle mass, which when I talked about your basal metabolic rate, that's 70% of your metabolism. If you're able to build some lean muscle mass from taking in more calories and lifting heavier weights at the gym because you have more energy, when you go back into that fat loss phase, in the end, you're gonna be more successful because you've been able to build more muscle mass and your basal metabolic rate is gonna be higher than it was before, meaning when you go back into your calorie deficit, you could probably eat a few more calories than you were the last time you were in your calorie deficit, and you're gonna get leaner and you're gonna feel better and you'll probably see better results on your fat loss journey. So to close out this video, I hope this was helpful, first of all, in helping you calculate your maintenance calories if you've been in a calorie deficit or you're just looking to maintain your body weight. I wanna leave you with a quick thought and tip about weight fluctuations, especially if you are a female. I want to tell you that it is completely normal. I might actually do an entire video. Comment below if you want me to do an entire video about weight fluctuations, what causes them, what is normal, how many pounds up or down is a normal weight fluctuation. I'm gonna use myself as an example. So I currently sit, today I'm probably about 147. I don't know, I didn't get on the scale today, but let's just say I'm 147 pounds and I'm fairly lean and happy with how I look. One day, so there's some days in the week, say on a Monday, I'll get on the scale and I'm probably around 149 to 150, depending how fun my weekend was. Then Tuesday I might get on the scale and it's 148. Then Thursday I might get on the scale and maybe it's 145. And then Friday it might be 147 and then Saturday it's 149.5. The thing is that because of what I do for a living is that I know that's normal and I still don't care about that number. I could care less about what the scale says. I often get on more of as a science experiment to to see what's going on in my body. And of course, females, we have our menstrual cycles, we have hormones, we have all these things that actually affect our bodies and do affect that number on the scale. So a normal weight fluctuation is actually between 1 to 5, 6 pounds, 7 pounds even sometimes. If it's that time of month, there's so many different things, but it's good for you to know that if your weight goes up 2 pounds, it doesn't mean you're eating too many calories. So don't go from your calorie deficit number, so 1,600 calories, go up to your 1,800 calories for one day, and then the next day get on the scale, and if it's jumped up 2 pounds, don't freak out and go back to your 1,600 calories. I promise you, your body will just be adapting. What we want is to gradually increase your calorie intake and gradually let your body adapt to that increase in your calories. So don't freak out if you see a small weight fluctuation. My best suggestion is stay off the scale, get on it at the end of the week. So every Monday morning, you're gonna weigh yourself and assess the situation and adjust your calories accordingly. Again, if it goes up a little bit, don't worry, you are still making amazing progress, I'm sure. How do your clothes feel? How strong do you feel? How good do you feel mentally and physically? How are your energy levels? And if you wanna know more about how to track your progress better without just using the scale, check out this video right here. I'll link it below in the comments. I really hope this was helpful. If you're someone, especially if you've been on the diet train, you've been starving yourself and eating 1,200 calories a day, just trying to lose body fat. If you have, please watch this video right here. I talk all about the 1,200 calorie diets, and trust me, just please go watch that video. I really think it'll help you understand more about how you should be eating and if 1,200 calories is actually enough to help you reach your fat loss goals. Leave any questions in the comments below, guys. Again, give this video a like if you found the information helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.